Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatahane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And once Prabhupada came to America, people asked why you have come. So Prabhupada said, I have not come for sightseeing. I have come because of the order of my spiritual master. Because most of the people, they hear so much, oh, the country is so like this, like that. Even when you're working in a job, the company said, we will send you even for 1 month to America. We are so excited. But the point is that that is a desire of a materialist, not of a spiritualist. Therefore, materialist means he has, Prabhupada says, they hear about all they want to see. That's a desire of materialist. Sometimes, when they hear from the scriptures, there's a beginning, low level. That's why Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Traiguniya Vishya Veda Nistraiguniya Bhavajam. Yam imam pushpitam vacham. These flowery words of the Veda, they talk about all this. Beautiful anjans are there, beautiful apsaras are there, we can enjoy. They talk about the whole universe, material world, not spiritual world. And some people get very excited. So they think this is all the purpose of the Veda, and they want to travel there. They want to go there. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter, before Krishna talks about bhakti-yogī, he says, Arjuna, that this should not be the platform you look for. That just I will be, how I'll reach the heavenly planets where I can enjoy in a more comfortable way. But that's all in the material plane. Even, sometimes when you hear about the Ashtasiddhis, you become very attracted. When you get attracted, you should know that actually I'm still in material domain. Because that is Prabhupada is saying all the Ashtasiddhis are nothing but a desire to control the material nature. That's all. So what does the pure devotee desire? He doesn't desire some heavenly enjoyments. Just like people in India think America is like a heaven. Actually, it's nothing. About the description in the Vedas of the heaven, that is 10,000 times more. That's how the comparison is given. The enjoyment is 10,000 times more. You enjoy more. The life is more. The body is strong. The senses are strong. You enjoy much more. And practically no diseases. Old age is almost invisible in the heavenly planet. Almost invisible. We don't hear about Indra being old. You've heard that. Brahma being almost invisible. All these things. So when a person hears about the heavenly planets and he feels yes, he can go there, he becomes very excited. But why? Because he wants to control and enjoy the material nature. When he hears about Ashtasiddhis, how he can control anybody, he can hypnotize anybody, he can get anything he wants from anywhere, he can even break the laws of nature if he wants to, can do anything he wants. When he hears this, he becomes very excited. Why? Because again the desire to control material nature. So what is the difference for a devotee? A devotee doesn't want all this. What does he want? It's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Na dhanamana janamana suddharima kavitama jagadish kamaya. Prabhupada says, okay, you don't want dhana, you don't want money, you don't want followers, you don't want beautiful women, then what do you want? Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Ahidaki. I want costless devotion service to you. So Prabhupada says, yes, that's what a devotee wants. He is hankering for, first before that, I am not on that platform. I should be honest, because sometimes what happens, you speak very high platform, people go. We should be honest where we are, but we say that what do you want? Mama Janmani Charani. So he is hankering for association of Krishna. He is hankering for it. Therefore he is not attracted. When he hears about all this planet, in fact, when the soul leaves, the previous shloka talked about soul leaving. Sometimes we get very attracted and interested, that's very nice. Block all the holes, this, that, with and block the 9 holes, and this is actually the system of chakra, Kundalini chakra meditation, or part of the Ashtanga Yoga system. It will become very interesting to hear about that. So it's like when you open a medical book. There are so many things written on it. But the medicine has to be taken according to the prescription. This statement, this book Bhagavata has been written 5,000 years ago. Even in the atmosphere where people know how to practice all this yoga system. Prabhupada is practically, particularly Brahmanas, Kshatriyas are very well aware of that. And you see that also in so many instances, even previous to that, when he is showing a personality, leaving the world, he is doing all this. But this kind of practice is not recommended for Kali Yuga. Tritiya Adhyaya the Vishnu. Generally, it is best practiced in Satya Yuga. It is not that you can't practice in other yugas, but it's not recommended. It's not possible. There may be some few people who can practice. Satya Yuga is general, everybody can do it. Tretayam is Domakhai. Treta Yuga, even this meditation process is not recommended. The yagna is recommended. Dvapare Parichaya. Dvapare Yuga, what is recommended? Archana is recommended. And Kaloda Dhari Kirtana, Kali Yuga, Harinama Sankirtana is recommended. So now, we have to follow according to the recommendation. Just like you go to a medical shop, you don't say, give me anything. What do you say? Give me what is needed according to my situation. So you have to go to a doctor, he will give a prescription, then you take the medicine. It's not that you go to the medical shop and then the bottle is looking very nice, and that bottle I want to try. You say, no sir, no, that liquid is looking wonderful. You do like, that tablet is so big, it is, I want to taste it. He says, oh no sir, it is not meant for you. I want. That is not the way we do. So therefore, that's why that modern tendency today. And these kind of processes actually do look very attractive. Therefore, you see, most of the people in the name of spiritual life, they practice this farce process which is presented also. It's not the process is farce. The ways it is presented is farce. Because none of the system, even the Ashtanga Yoga system is mentioned, it is done at home, it is done in the forest. Who is ready first? They don't want to follow anything, They will just speak the meditation process. Okay, follow. Follow, na? Just like a medicine is there, you say, I want to take that medicine. But along with the medicine, some things are given. This medicine has to be taken with this. Then you hear that, I can't. But no, still he wants to take that medicine in his own way. Then it will not work. So similarly, they want to do all this process without following any rules and regulation. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Prabhupada said openly, when Prabhupada was in America, one system was going on, very popular, TM, Transcendental Meditation. I don't know name that person, because many people hearing, some people get hurt. But that's a fact. So somebody asked Prabhupada, some reporter, what do you speak about that man who is speaking about Transcendental Meditation? Prabhupada said, it's a farce. Then says, can you tell something more? Okay, you want to tell something more? I can tell he's a rascal. Straight. He's misleading people. It's just like a doctor, he knows this is not the medicine for this situation. Why is he cheating people? No proper training, nothing, and but these things look very attractive. In fact, the yoga system today is very attractive for people around the world. Very attractive. Now people are very excited. You get in any shop, in any market, in any superstore, bookstores, you get yoga mats. They're very excited. And they are ready to follow it. Sometimes the Christian priests, they get very disturbed. They say that, this finally it involves other practices also. They chant and they something, and it's not our. So they try to protest, but their protest has been of no use. People still practice. And even on the big Times Square, big place, thousands of people come, and they practice. So this is how people, because of very idea is that they don't know the purpose. Therefore Prabhupada says here, even though this practice is not relevant for today, but the goal is fine. Ashtanga Yoga, the goal is same, and the essence is also same. Because Prabhupada picked up from the last shloka, if you say, the word he picked up was nirapekshaha. You look at this word. Anapekshaha, independent of all material enjoyment. And Prabhupada spent whole purport explaining this. That's it. Because that is what is to be taken from. The essence we can take. But the details he is not talked about. Why did he talk about this detail? He could have said, no, if this was practical for today, he could have said, yeah, you all my disciples sit down, do this. Okay, for health benefits, somebody wants to do, that's a separate issue. But what happens then, why didn't, all the yogasanas do have health benefit, even you do at home. They have health benefit and it's proven also medically. But then why didn't Prabhupada teach his disciples to? Because that's what they will get distracted. He knows what is going to happen. He knows what is going to happen. So, therefore, the focus remains on this point, anapekshaha, independent of all material enjoyment. Devotee is hankering to be with Krishna. That is a desire of the devotee. And because of having this higher taste, to be with Krishna, to serve Krishna, to get an opportunity to see Krishna face to face and serve Him. This is what is captured the heart of a devotee. Therefore Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, those who are intelligent, they capture this truth. And those who are foolish, they don't get it. They catch. It's like when you are studying, you get, caught something wonderful. So those who are intelligent, they catch. And we don't have this capacity. Therefore, Prabhupada writes in the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita, what does it say? In the preface, instead of trying to satisfy our own material senses, we should try to satisfy senses of Krishna. Now, this is what we have to catch. If you catch this, whole Gita Bhagavatam is just revolving around this essence. This is the essence of the whole Vedic literature. That's what Arjuna was trying to do. He was trying to satisfy his own material. I am not happy this war is fought. I will not be happy if my grandfather dies, my teacher dies. I will not. The focus was I. And this is what the disease is. I am the focus. I will not be happy. No, sir. This is not the way an advanced personality looks. This is the animal attitude. I will be happy. The advanced personality means in what way the Lord will be happy. Oh, this is very pleasing to the Lord. Why? Because Krishna, even in morality, many philosophers have agreed, unless God is there, morality cannot have an absolute conclusion. You will say something is good, I will say something is good, he will say something is good. And that's how the people have today determined, in my opinion, in my everybody. Even they come to learn spiritualism, in my opinion. Arey Baba, idiot, in your opinion, what is the value of your opinion? You yourself can know that I had so many crazy ideas before in my life. You all know that. Correct? You know that. I had so many times crazy ideas in my life today which I know are wrong. So how do I know this opinion of mine is right or wrong? It cannot be something absolute. Big leaders today in our election in Karnataka giving this idea, giving that idea. Now they also want to give a laptop. Everybody is promising. Everybody, I don't know what laptop. No, laptop, not tablets. Laptop they want to give. They will give public money. It's not their money. Correct? So they will give. So now the question comes that, but they have no idea. This, in my opinion, in their opinion, this is good, and they go by mass opinion. Mass is satisfied if I do this. No, devotee is not interested like that. The king is supposed to be representative of the Lord, not my opinion, your opinion, Krishna's opinion. That's what happened in Bhagavad Gita. He said, Arjuna, in your opinion, you don't want to fight the war. And Krishna countered each and of the reasons why he has an opinion also. But finally Krishna said, in my opinion, do this war. He understood it, the devotee. I have to just follow what Krishna wants. So this is a mistake in our life. All of us are, basically, where does the spiritual life start? Just go to the fundamentals, then we close. Not much time now. So fundamental is that I have to first understand I am suffering. I have to accept this fact. Just like Sanatana Goswami said, Keyami, Kenamoy, Jagoy Tapatraya. He was a great personality. He was the Prime Minister of King Nawab Hussain Shah at that time, 500 years ago. When he met Lord Chaitanya, he fell at his feet and he said, I don't know who am I, and I don't know why I am suffering. So all of us have to first agree to this. Then spiritual life will start. First thing, I don't know who I am. None of us know. Sit down and think, do you know who you are? Are you a body or something else from the body? We don't know. I'm not aware, I'm confused. And then, I don't know why I'm suffering. That also I should be convinced about. I may feel I'm enjoying. Everybody makes a landmark. If we have that, we're really happy. Then we have that, really happy. And we work ourselves up in tension before achieving that situation. Correct? I'll pass my college, then I'll be happy. And then go to job, then you'll come to know happiness. But those who are working hard, they're very happy. Like anything. And then when you are in job, you achieve, I'll save a lot of money, when I'll retire, I'll be very happy. Yeah, I keep going on like that. So like that, somewhere else ahead we keep the happiness. Present we know there is no happiness. We know there is no happiness presently. We are not living. So we have to have some common sense. Okay, you are thinking somebody, when I work, I'll be happy. Go and talk to somebody who is working. At home anyway we have seen our parents. All of us have good experience, how much happy they are. We keep imagining that. Keep imagining. When I'll be married, I'll be happy. Meet, so many married people are there. Meet them. How much happy they are asking. So we all live in a life of complete, what you call an idiot. Complete idiot. So spiritual life is not for idiots. It's for people who are intelligent. It is not meant for fools. Animals it is not meant for. It is meant for people who have some buddhi. Yes. And then next we have to understand that number one, I don't know who I am. That's very big deficiency in the modern education. Nobody teaches that. And second thing, why I am suffering. And now what I am doing, why I put the fan on. I am fighting against the suffering, because if this fan is not there, I feel heat. So, and I can't, work this fan on. Therefore, that means whole humanity, collectively, we are fighting against the suffering in the material nature. Correct? Collectively, we have made engineers, we have made doctors. What we are doing, all of us, collectively, we are fighting against the suffering. And we have been doing this fight since the day of creation. Has the suffering stopped? Has the suffering stopped? It does not stop. Rather, we see that material nature proper says it is so complicated. It is so complicated that more you try to control and exploit the resources of the material nature, more you get lost in the complexities. It is so complicated. We can't control it. What we are trying to do, we are trying to control the material nature. You can't control. Because even impersonally, if you look at it, personally, no, there is Durga, only Shiva can control, or Krishna can control. You can't control Durga. Material nature is personified by Durga. If suppose the scientists together could control the material nature, that means we can control Durga, in one sense. You can't control Durga. She is very great personality. My husband says maybe she will consider. Krishna says definitely she will do. She is a Vaishnavi. She is the greatest of the Vaishnava. Correct? Chayeva yasya bhuvanani. She follows Krishna like shadow follows you. So she is a very great personality. So you can't control her. And personally, impersonally, if you look at it, even if you look at it impersonally, you can't, because we are seeing the complexities that we are not able to even understand. Just like last time I was talking, they themselves say 95% matter is dark matter, which you don't know. Go on, like that you will see most of the thing you don't know. That means you agree that 95% of the material energy is not known to you. Not known to you, you just don't know. They say it is not atom, electron, something else, we don't know. But you know it exists. Because the amount of mass the universe is having, we know it exists. We don't know what it is. And we are trying to recover it. Similarly, they say dark matter, now there is dark energy also. There is some energy which we don't know, but we know it exists because of some other calculation. Yes. So now when you are trying to control the resources of the material nature, admit half knowledge is the dangerous thing. Just like sometimes it happens, a laptop doesn't work or a mobile doesn't work. You give to a friend who doesn't know what it is doing. Instead of repairing it, it spoils it. He's very excited to play around. But finally, at your cost, it learns something and your mobile is gone. So in the same way, actually what is happening is that in an effort to try to control the resources of the material nature, we have made the life, instead of comfortable, we have made it very complicated. Just like this year, some part of the world, they have not given enough orders to software companies because of their all economy is stagnant. It's not going in recession now, but it is stagnant. It's not growing. 1%, half percent growth. And India, no jobs. Correct? How many students suffered? Correct? 25%. Some call even at 90, 25% student no jobs. At 90, no jobs. They're coming without jobs. And some colleges even more than 50% student no jobs. So we have been working. What is the scientific advancement? What is the scientific advancement? The people are in so much anxiety. So much anxiety. I met some student who wrote a job. So much anxiety. We have created a situation of so much anxiety unnecessarily. This is the advancement. We don't hear in the Vedic culture any time unemployment. This thing did not exist. Unemployment did not exist. We don't hear. We hear different description of cities, different description of different kingdoms. But one thing we do not hear of is unemployment. There were Chaturvarnas. A person may be differently situated. Somebody is a very good for a role of an intellectual. Somebody is very good for a role of an administrator. Somebody is very good for a role of a... So different ways they are there and everybody is engaged. Everybody is engaged. In fact, Prabhupada used to say, this engagement is very important. Even for devotees, they should be engaged. And for particularly outside, we see people, they are not engaged. The engagement is very important. The first responsibility is engagement. Therefore, Prabhupada says if it matters, that just like a field is there. Okay? Now, if you have a tractor, then you can remove 20 people because one tractor can do work for 20 people. Prabhupada said, no, better don't have tractor. These 20 people, what is the engagement for them? Yeah? So what is happening is that, we are very short-sighted. We do not understand the real, our mission is that the whole people in India should have some engagement. They need engagement, some engagement to fill their belly. You may have in some parts of the world where the population is less. So even for a parking lot, they have automatic. Now here we have booths, there is a person there. There it is automatic because there is shortage of people and you can afford to pay more. In India, where the people are more and you apply the same thing, everything has to apply Desh Kala Patra, even material knowledge. This is foolishness actually. And then thousands of people sit without engagement. And then these people, when they are ready, idle mind in the devil's workshop, then what all you hear in the newspaper, mostly all the crimes committed are the people who are not engaged. Correct? Where is it? It saves a person a lot, isn't it? Doesn't it? You just look at it. So many crimes, you see, horrible crime. Just look at that person. Actually, he's sitting without engagement. It may be also, you have education institution. No. Actually, they create lazy people. No. You should see the student is engaged 24 hours. That is the first duty. Otherwise, don't take a student from home. First thing at home, parents should know. I have to see my child is engaged 24 hours because today only thing people are learning is lazy bums. People can sit without engagement. No, first, otherwise don't have a child. You have to see to it he's engaged 24 hours in something constructive for himself. Engage. Don't leave a person, don't allow a person to become a lazy bum. Correct? So similarly, if a college accepts a student in the hostel, first responsibility is engage 24 hours. He's not free. He's busy. Keep him busy. Laziness is a symptom of, we don't like. He's a dull fellow. Keep him busy. If you can't do that, don't have an hostel. Let the parent continue to have a responsibility to keep this person engaged. Then you are a company, you get a person, duty to keep him engaged. He should be engaged. We are not saying there is no spiritual life, but yeah, that training should be given so that some part of the day, whatever he saves, he is engaged in spiritual life. I always analyze 8 hours for sleeping and other things, 8 hours of spiritual life, 8 hours of work. That is the best breakup. That's what we do generally. So everybody should do. Morning you look 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 5 hours of engagement, correct? Spiritual. And the evening 7 to 9, 7. So 7, 8 you can take is engaged. Gone. 1 hour maybe sometimes you need to. 8 hours is gone for spiritual life, 8 hours sleeping and other bodily necessities, 8 hours you do some service to Krishna. That is the ideal division even for a devotee. If he can do like that, that is coming to an ideal situation. So anybody can do that actually. I don't think in any office, some exceptions are there. But still, 8 means 7 means 6 means 5 means at least 4. 4 should be at least there because we need to chant 16 knot and read 2 hours. That much is minimum needed wherever we are situated. So everybody has an opportunity, you should. So what we are doing, we are trying to fight against the material nature. We are suffering and we are fighting. Just like, fan is there, if not fan, AC is there. We are fighting. If this is gone, power is gone, we are suffering. So you are fighting and you are fighting. But the problem is this, material nature is not your servant. Correct? Material nature is not our servant. It will revolt any attempt to control it. Then the question is that, why is it making us suffer? Because the problem is, the very attitude, your attitude is to enjoy independent of the Lord. And for the same business, you're trying to control the material nature. For what you're trying to control material nature? If you're trying to control material nature to offer it to Krishna, that's fine. That's not a problem. Just like Tulsi, take a leaf of Tulsi, you have used the plant and you offer it at Krishna, no problem. She's happy. Similarly, material nature also, but then you say that's fine. No. In what attitude we are trying to learn science or engineering today or medicine today to understand the intricacies of the material nature. For what? For enjoyment. That's not correct. But if you try to look at the same thing for service to Krishna, but then what is the need to do so much study then? See, Prabhupada says that point every time, the little effort is enough. It's like you want to offer to Krishna some mangoes, little effort, not much. You don't have to design a seed so that mango tree will come. Krishna did not expect you to do that. And he knows you can't do also. See, he did already. You may try to imitate, try, that's fine. But don't forget you are only imitation, not the real thing. It's your idea is not an original idea. All the scientists are trying to do today, Prabhupada said it's just like a dog is barking. Nobody gives any value, correct? And somebody tries to imitate the barking. We give him, people are very much attracted by imitation. So this is all imitation. God's glories are so wonderful, but we don't give any credit there. But little imitation we do, and we want to take all the credit for that. That's how we are trying to do. So our effort therefore lies to give up this effort to try to, even we study material nature, but the focus is, Krishna. Krishna is not asking, you make so intricate something to offer to me, Patra, Pushpa, Phala. So basically what Krishna says, Krishna is not saying with the phala you make this and then this, then you do this, then you do bring a food, cut and offer. Little effort, Krishna is expected, not much. So a life is actually very, if it is focused in the right direction, then you see Prabhupada says a devotee has 2 things which are unique, which we discussed previously also. What are they? One thing is he is very peaceful, Shanti, and he is very happy. Everybody is looking for that. I want to be peaceful, I want to be happy. Now this can be achieved only by the process of Krishna consciousness. This intelligence we need to know. There are so many philanthropic people, all idiots. Arey Baba, why don't you understand that I have all this thing, even with that I am not happy. How can I make person in the same platform really happy? Brain doesn't exist. Mostly people who are cripple-minded, who have no knowledge, they just look for philanthropy. Philanthropy is not an answer to make anybody happy. Why don't we come to some knowledge? A person really happy when he comes to spiritual prana. Then only he becomes Shanta, completely peaceful. Correct? And then he becomes joyful. Then after that he becomes, real happiness comes after that. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.